This is our Mount Moon episode. This is our episode 5. I hope you are ready as we traverse this mountain of woe. There are so many Zubats, and there are going to be parts that I won't cut out just because it is nothing but non-stop walking in circles and trying to figure out the path. Because, some of us, namely me, forgot the path. I did. I had to look it up. I forgot the path. So, that's why the first moments inside the mountain are gone. Because it was literally me going in circles trying to figure out which way to go. But I digress. That's okay. But as keeping with tradition, we will film all of the trainer battles that we come across in this mountain, including Team Rocket and the scientist that gets us to the fossil. As you saw in our preview, though, we see Bulbasaur finally evolve. But he's not the only one in this episode that evolves. You gotta stick around to see this. We actually have 2 evolutions. Now, as with our previous episodes, you can look down in the comments below and see the timestamps for everything. So if you want to jump to that moment in the video, you're more than welcome to. I greatly encourage it. And I am happy to announce that these timestamps I have been working out pretty great. I kind of wish I'd been doing them more longer than I have been. But with that being said, as we have challenged this first mountain trainer, he's been not really hard. We're mostly trying to level up Pikachu at this point, because after this is Cerulean City, or at least the route to Cerulean City, and Nugget Bridge, or as I like to call it, Trainer Bridge, because there's several trainers on it. There's a couple trainers after it. Then there's, Bill's house. So there's a lot coming. But here's our wild Zubat encounter. Why not have one of those sneak in? There were so many Zubats, people, you have no idea. Well, you can imagine. It's a lot of Zubats in this mountain. Tell you what, it'd be about. Make sure you're packing plenty of water. Mountain Valley water. So, we call our Zubat the cave Pokemon. He is technically on the team just because we're trying to get through the mountain, but we do not utilize him. We try to stick to the original 4 we started about with. We get this trainer to cooperate with us here. This trainer has kind of a unique team member. Well, you're about to see. Has Clefairy. Now, going through this entire mountain, I didn't come across the Clefairy anywhere. I've yet to find Clefairy. Technically, you can find a Jigglypuff, I think, on Route 3 or Route 2, I believe, somewhere. I did not find one this time around. I did find one in Loop 3, though. But I did not find a Clefairy, which is kind of odd since this is Mount Moon, and you would think there'd be some right in this area. But this is a very strong Clefairy, and this battle goes on for a hot minute. So if you want to jump ahead to the next moment, that is perfectly fine. Timestamps are down below. We have timestamps for everything. We have the fossils, Team Rocket battles, exiting route or exiting Mount Moon. So, but all the trainer battles are in this video, due to the fact that they are battles that you should do. They give you great experience. Here's a question for you. Have y'all noticed that when the opponent uses one of those multi-turn moves like double slap, fury attack, those kind of moves, that they can generally get all 5 of those things in. But when you use them, you get maybe 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky. Every rare now and again, you might get 5. That's very rare. Case in point, our PIDGEY got slapped out of existence. So, But Bulbasaur, let's just hope. I'm thinking we probably should have done Leech Seed on him. But we didn't. We're going for just brute force attack. And he coming in with double slap. But and I have learned that if you keep pressing, I want to say B over and over and over, it does, like, I don't know, causes it to not hit all the time. I don't know. At least it's just making both things go B, 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 B. So, But we did beat this trainer. And now we're going to head on. That little blink was us in a Zubat battle. There's so many. I do every segment of the stairs as we go. Here's our first Team Rocket battle. But before we get there, I want to take this time, and I make sure I pause here, is to remind everyone, if you haven't already, and I know we're just a few minutes into the video, but hit that like and subscribe button that's down below. It takes no time, and it lets you also know you can hit the bell to get notified for all future uploaded videos. So, Team Rocket. I like saying true. Saying true is good. Well, I like saying true. Although Pikachu's as useless as you can get to a Sandshrew. Now, I would have Sandshrew on my team. I actually have Sandshrew on my Leaf Green playthrough. And Victory Bell. Final form of Bellsprout. And Pidgeot, I believe. Yeah, I have Pidgey. But I don't have Pikachu. I never caught Pikachu in that one. So, I will have to go back to Viridian Forest and try my luck at that 5% again. But I have no patience whatsoever to try and do that again. No. Denied. Zilcha. And my Pikachu does have static, so, it helps. I also need to start finding some background music to go with. It's just some subtle sounds. Alright, guys, it's going to actually pick up some speed here and record this a little bit because it is very slow paced. So we're going to speed this up a little bit for recording purposes. Otherwise, this video will probably be an hour long. And I know y'all ain't going to do all that. I'm not going to do all that. But these are the trainer battles that are all going to be sped up. Now, the evolutions of both Bulbasaur and the other Pokemon that I hinted at, those will be at normal speed. So, With that, I would highly recommend definitely watching all the videos in the series. Um, it's going to be a long series. The next episode, episode 6, I actually am redoing completely because it was the next gym, but it was like 2 hours long. So I'm going to be breaking it in half, doing the Route 4 and Nugget Bridge and Bill as one video, and then the gym will be its own video. So I hope y'all are excited about that. Definitely catch those. The battle with Misty was amazing. It was hard. Well, not hard. I had Pikachu and Bulbasaur. I mean, come on now. It ain't gonna be that hard. But if we didn't have Pikachu, it probably would have been a little bit more of a challenge because Bulbasaur only had the Vine Whip at the time. I mean, no, I think I got Rage Roof. Um, so, but we are collecting a bunch of stuff as we go through here. TM46 Thief, challenging Team Rocket. Um, there was only 2 Team Rocket grunts in here, a scientist and several trainers. I do recommend challenging them all, even if you can skip some. Skip them. If you can get around them without challenging them, then you can do that. But I highly recommend doing it because in these older games, experience is really hard to come by. Um, so most of the experience for my team came from all these trainer battles. Yeah, there are moments I played the game outside of recording, where I was just grinding, going back and forth, back and forth. I literally, in a future episode that is not out yet, because I am further along on that than here. Here's our first evolution. It's Pidgey, guys. It's Pidgey. I like the Pidgey evolution. Um, I sometimes wonder if Pidgey should have gone to Pidgeot than Pidgeotto instead of Pidgeotto than Pidgeot. Does that make sense, guys? I just think the naming is a little bit skewed. Um, but we're going to speed back up here now. And I mean, yeah, we're still doing the whole rotating team members around trying to get some experience. If you notice, I've stopped swapping Beedrill in because he's not that strong against the cave Pokemon. So I didn't want to really spend a lot of time on him in the mountain. Now, granted, neither is Pikachu, but I had an end goal for Pikachu, and that was, surrounding the city. So I kind of needed him leveled up. Um, As you can tell, I do have a different Pikachu than the one I caught in Viridian Forest. So, when I was moving Pokemon around, it got skewed with the other ones, and I forgot which one was which, and I just grabbed one and went. Because I emptied everyone but Bulbasaur and Pidgey. So, here is our Bulbasaur evolving. This was our preview. Um, but it happened after Pidgey. I was beginning to wonder if it was ever going to happen, folks. I really was. Because, oh my gosh. But then I remembered, depending on the starter, depending on the difficulty, which was a thing. It's not now. I wish it was still a thing. But it is what it is. This is our last Team Rocket battle. And after this will be the scientist. And we will be exiting Mount Moon after that. Now, the scientist battle, I did not speed up. I wanted to do that one in its entirety as it is. Because the Pokemon entered he had was different. Um, it wasn't the traditional Rattata, Ekans. He had Grimer and Coffin. And so therefore, you know, that was different. And that was a challenge. I can tell you that. That was a challenge. I got really good with sleep powder. That's actually the perk to sleep powder. I like sleep powder. I use it preferably over poison and paralyzation. You know what I'm saying. Um, Hardening for Grimer doesn't bother me as much as minimize. I can't stand minimize. As long as it was hardening, I was fine. I mean, yeah, it makes it harder to defeat, but at least it wasn't minimized. Oh my gosh, we would have been here till Christmas. Um, but I'm actually not a fan of Grimer, though. I mean, are there any fans of Grimer out there? Um, Now, Lola Grimer, that one was different. I kind of enjoyed that Pokemon. But regular Grimer wasn't. I mean, if I could catch him for my living Pokédex, I would, but other than that, never had him on a team. Is he worth having on a team? Leave me a comment down below to tell me. Um, but we've almost gotten him beat. Mind you, we still have 2 more Pokemon for the scientists. This battle went on for a while. I mean, we have about 3 more minutes based on the timing of this clip, this part of the video, of battle time. So, his next Pokemon is Coffee. I believe this one will go a little bit faster. Um, and everything. So therefore, bear with me on that. Um, so, um, I mean, I did try my hand at Beedrill, hoping. Fury Attack was just not doing it. If I can get a critical hit, it would probably be okay, but it's not. And looking back at, this one, doing this, I do the audio overs. I'm just like, why did I choose Beedrill for this moment? I'm like, seriously, what was I thinking? Because I would have definitely chosen a different path. Um, but he does win, barely. I mean, Fury Attack did what I was aiming for. And then there's Voltron. And there we go. Voltron. I have mixed opinions of Voltron. Um, we have 30 seconds left of this battle, so this part goes pretty fast. Like I said, Grimer was really the longest part of the battle. And I recommend having a Pokemon that is strong against Grimer on your team when you go against him. As you can see, we're also out of Vine Whip. Luckily, he didn't know Explosion. Explosion would have really dealt a massive blow right there, and I would have been like, oh. Especially with Pidgey already out. Now we're going to choose our Pokemon Fossil. I'm going to just choose the one in front of me because, why not? I don't really care about either one of these fossil Pokemon. I actually don't care about any of the fossil Pokemon until Generation 3 and then again 6. So, you know. Generation 5 isn't bad. I do like the burp. But still, anyways. He basically does this where we can get them transformed. Um, so we're going to go ahead and take this time to really just wrap up because we're heading out of the mountain now. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, guys. If you enjoyed this video, I know I did. And I just want to say thank you for watching.